This project is called Turning the Sustainable Development Goals into Reality, and it focuses on the localization of the Sustainable Development Goals and human rights. So what do we mean when we say the localization of the SDGs? Well, in broad terms, we can say that it's about how the commitment of states to Agenda 2030 is translated into concrete action on the ground. It's about how local and regional authorities are actually implementing the SDGs at local level, together with other local stakeholders. So in this sense, SDG localization is about how to make sustainable development more responsive and relevant to local needs and aspirations. And in this project, we have studied these processes in 4 different contexts: in Sweden, in Norway, the Åland Islands, and Northwest Russia. And what we've been particularly interested in here is how local authorities and civil society organizations can work together to implement the SDGs at local level. So we've been trying to identify different models of cooperation between these actors. But we also try to look at how do human rights come into play when it comes to these different models of cooperation. For instance, are these local actors using a human rights-based approach when they are implementing the SDGs? And how can a human rights-based approach contribute to SDG implementation at local level, both in terms of the process of implementation and the outcomes? And the types of initiatives that we've been looking at are then social sustainability initiatives that deal with inclusion of vulnerable groups in society. So together with our partner organizations, the Norwegian Center for Human Rights, the Åland Island Peace Institute, and Galaxy Fund from Northwest Russia, we carried out a mapping in the different countries and regions where we are working in order to get sort of an overall picture of the different models of cooperation between local authorities and civil society organizations. Then from that mapping, we also focused in on some particular cases, made some in-depth case studies that we found particularly relevant or interesting. And we also interacted and invited local stakeholders to comment and give us feedback on these results of our mapping. And in the end, each partner organization has produced a final report on the findings when it comes to SDG localization and human rights in their particular context. And if you want to know more about these results, you can, on this page, find videos where each partner organization talks more in detail about how the study was carried out in each context and the specific results that came out of it. So please, if you are interested in SDG localization and human rights, have a look at these videos and learn more about what came out of the study. And in addition to that, the project has also produced a research and policy brief. And in this brief, we sort of summarize the key findings from the research and also provide some recommendations on how to further support SDG localization processes from a human rights perspective as well. And this brief is also available here on this webpage, so you can download it and read it if you're interested. So yeah, we hope that the information provided here and through this project will be interesting and relevant for anyone that is interested in these issues regarding the SDGs, human rights. And finally, we also want to express our gratitude to the Nordic Council of Ministers who has funded this project, because without that financial support, we would not have been able to carry it out.